Jurgen Klopp has turned Liverpool from a struggling side of old and out-of-form players and shaped them into one of the best teams in the world. So how did he do it? And the question is now, who will replace him? But to answer that question, let's go back to the 8th of October 2015. Jurgen Klopp was announced as Liverpool manager after having two very successful managerial careers at both Mainz and Borussia Dortmund. From the get-go, there were expectations for him to take Liverpool back up to the top. Now during this time, Liverpool were in the trenches. The season before Klopp, they finished 6th in the league, and with their two key players, Suarez and Gerrard, leaving the club to go to Barcelona and LA Galaxy, the team was in need of a serious rebuild. As Klopp joined Liverpool in October, he wasn't able to make any signings until the next summer. As a result, the team struggled greatly in the league and finished 8th. Despite this poor finish, they managed to reach the Europa League final after beating Villarreal in the semis. The next summer, Klopp cleared out a large portion of the squad. He released two key players, Jose Enrique and Colo Torre, as well as selling 13 of their players. This included Christian Benteke for 27 million and Jordan Ibe for 15 million. They used a good portion of this money to sign Wijnaldum for 23 million, Sadio Mane for 36 million and Joel Matip on a free transfer. The next season was brighter for the club, bringing a more attractive style of football. They finished 4th this season, qualifying them for the Champions League once again. The 17-18 season was substantial for Liverpool. They reluctantly agreed to sell their star man Philippe Coutinho for an outstanding £105 million. This allowed them to sign Andy Robertson from Hull, Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal, Mo Salah from Roma and Virgil van Dijk from Southampton. In total, these four players cost them around £170 million, but lucky for them, the price paid off. The team finished 4th in the league, but all focus was on the Champions League. After beating Porto, City and Roma in the knockouts, they faced Real Madrid in the final. This was their chance to lift the trophy for the first time in 13 years. Now, credit where due, they had a rather strong team. Problem here is they faced, well, the best team in the world. And after a Ronaldo and Bale masterclass, they lost the game 3-1. After the game, it was very obvious what players needed replacing. The following summer, they signed Alisson for 55 million, Fabinho for 39 million, Shaqiri for 13 million, and Naby Keita for 52 million pounds. The squad has finally been rebuilded, and all they needed now was to win some silverware. They came ever so close with Manchester City for the title. However, after a 2-1 loss to Man City on the 3rd of January 2019, as well as a few unlucky draws, Man City managed to win the league 1 point ahead of Liverpool. They were knocked out of both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup in the round 3. However, all eyes were on the Champions League. After narrowly escaping the grips, they breezed past Bayern Munich and Porto and pulled off a monster comeback against Barcelona to seal their slot in the Champions League final against Tottenham Hotspurs. Now off the bat, Liverpool emerged as favourites. The game began and Liverpool quickly opened the score. And when I say quickly, yeah, I mean quickly. 24 seconds is all it took for Spurs to concede. 24 seconds. And despite Spurs' dominating stats, it was Liverpool who lifted their 6th Champions League trophy, which was also the first trophy achieved under Jurgen Klopp. The next season, they won their first ever Premier League title in front of no one. The 2021 season was plagued with injuries, and as a result, they went trophyless and finished 3rd. The 21-22 season was another glimpse of hope. They won both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, as well as once again going ever so close to winning the title. However, Gerrard balled it again, and they lost the title to Manchester City by 1 point. Despite this, they managed to reach the Champions League final against Real Madrid. This was their chance to get their revenge. They did not. No, they didn't. The next season was, well, that. And that brings us to the current season. As of recording this, Liverpool sit top of the Premier League and are in the final of the Carabao Cup as well as the round of 16s in both the FA Cup and the Europa League. But of course, all eras come to an end. On the 26th of January 2024, Jurgen Klopp announced he will leave Liverpool at the end of the season. And that brings us to the present day. So the question is now, who is going to replace him? Now there are many different managers that might be able to fill the boots of Jurgen Klopp, but I think we have to talk about the most obvious choice, and that is Xabi Alonso. Currently managing Bayern Leverkusen, he is tearing up the Bundesliga, currently sitting at the top, 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich. There's a high possibility that Xabi will be able to throw Bayern Munich off their throne and crown themselves as the Bundesliga champions. Xabi Alonso is of course a former Liverpool player that absolutely adores the club. There is absolutely no doubt that Liverpool will approach him in the summer. Now, there's also been a few other suggestions thrown around the place. Managers like Jose Mourinho, Roberto De Zerbi, Zinedine Zidane, and while these are all brilliant managers, they don't compare to one that I think has the ability to change Liverpool forever. It's the one, the only. Who do you think is the right man to replace Jurgen? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Check out this video here. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya.